Good afternoon. It is Friday. It's about noontime here, and I'm working on this 2016 F450 powerstroke. It's through a code for um, def pressure, low pressure for the def system, and it's also got the def light on the dash, and it says 1,221 miles to empty. So I checked for power. I got the tank down right now, and I'll show you all that in a second. But I checked for power at the pressure sensor, which is this one, and it has power. So I know I'm getting a signal to it. I know I'm getting power to it. So what's my next step? All right, let's check the pump. I'm gonna pull the tank down anyway and check everything. And let's go through the whole normal processes of checking all my connections and all that good stuff. And I'll show you what I found here. Put this back the way it was, which is actually incorrect. But let me turn this around so you can see. I got the tank out, the tank apart. There's the tank. There's the pump. There's the reductant heater, and it says 1,221 miles to empty. Pull the heater up. When I was pulling this thing apart, I was like, this is kind of light to be full. And if you look, this O-ring or gasket is actually incorrect installed. Let me pull this up so you can see. It has to tuck. Goes in there. And then when you put the new one in, that will actually seat around it on the inside there. It wasn't even in all the way. See how it's all kind of bowed up a little bit? So I got a new one of those coming. I already have a new pump. The injector was pretty dirty too, but that wasn't the problem. It's actually that it's not reading that there's def in there. So yeah, we're gonna put a new def pump in it. Or we're gonna put a new heater in it. I'm gonna put a new pump on it, prime it, put a new one on there. So you can't squirt def if it's empty. Even though it's reading 1,221 miles to empty, we have a fault over here. It's getting power, it's just not working. There was actually a code in there for reductant heater, and like I said, just check all the power, make sure I got signal going to it and everything. And then as I started pulling the tank down, I was like, this thing's kind of light to be full, man, because you know, on average liquid weighs about 8 pounds per gallon, so that thing should have been pretty heavy. I can just pick it up with one hand. But those are my findings. I guess that pump only it sits down in there and you turn it to lock it into place. So, and I'll show you that right quick, just so you can see properly how the O-ring's supposed to sit. So if you look close down in there, see that little, this thing has feet on it, and it sits down inside there. Hard to do this with one hand, but try to get you to see. Now it's in there, and then you would turn it to lock it. Now, you see this gap right here? That's where this sits. I'm gonna clean all this out, so don't worry about it. It's getting all new stuff. This sits down inside there. But you have to make sure, see how it's wanting to pop out right here? You have to make sure that it tucks down back behind. See how it's kind of tucked right there in that corner? You have to tuck it all the way around. So it was actually not installed correctly. Part of it was tucked in, part of it was stuck out, and that doesn't create a very good seal. So, but I'm gonna pull this all back apart. I'm gonna clean the inside of the tank out because I probably just got dust inside there. So those are my findings. That's what's wrong with it. Once I get it all back together, I will show you and get it all back, get it all running, and go for a test drive. All right, tank's back up. Line connected. Filler neck connected. New pump, new reductant heater, everything's connected. And I put a new pressure line on. Goes all the way up. Here, round, into the new injector. So I'm gonna lower down and put some more DEF fluid in it, and then I'm gonna go on a drive. And that's, I just came back from a test drive on this bad boy. And the DEF light is gone, the check engine light is gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a regen on this thing. Info, and yes. Okay, yes. And it's gonna clean the exhaust for me, and then I'll be on my merry little way and send this thing back out on the road. So that was the problem. The reductant heater and the pump. Well, the heater wasn't working like it was supposed to. The DEF tank was empty. Truck thought it still had like 1,270 something miles to go. You saw me tell you what was wrong with it, how to fix it. It got a new reductant heater, new pump, new pressure line, and a new injector. It probably didn't need all that other stuff, but since I'm already in there, it's got all new stuff on it, so I know it's working now. Took it on test drive, the light immediately cleared, and I was just sitting it outside, letting it do a regen, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys for sticking around watching the video. If you got any questions or anything, drop them down in the comments, and I'll get back to you. As always, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.